So, mostly just wanted to turn this on and talk for a minute so that I can try to clear my head. Um, I feel like all that I have on my mind is mostly to just bitch about loneliness and disconnection and like the way our society works and the way my life has worked. But like, ah, it's just one of those mornings that I'm really bummed out and can't really escape just needing to deal with my feelings and get through it. And like, I know I'm out of touch with myself the last couple weeks. I've been really overworked. I know that some of the constant motion, kind of the constant like needing to be on the go, that will end up like triggering a lot of just survival mode shit with me. Plus, a couple weeks ago, just like when I was already really busy and had a bunch of crazy shit happen every day, that burnt me out really badly. I ended up having like a really bad burnout, really bad, just like day of staving off a panic attack. And it took me a little while to recover from that. Oh. But I feel like I'm like approaching another point in my life where I'm probably gonna, I don't know. It sounds, I can hear myself about to say it. I know it doesn't sound like the healthy thing. I know it's more of like a cop out and a giving up, but it's like what I want to do next, given my perceived options, is to withdraw again socially, which for me would mean just stop trying to make plans with people, because I'm the only one that's like trying. Like, no one's trying to make plans with me, you know? Um, and I feel like I've put a lot of effort and energy the last few months into navigating a new social situation and navigating how the ways in which it continually changes, um, at a new job that like employs a lot of people, right? Um, and like I've definitely benefited from the kind of people that I am surrounded by at work, because they are some genuinely good and cool people. Um, but I also feel like I've put so much energy and effort into trying to establish and build new connections with people there for the last like 5 months that I might just, I don't know. Like, I reached a point with the job itself, which is pretty normal for me, to just be like, you know what, I just show up and do my job and then I leave and I don't really care beyond that, because any time that I've tried to care more than that, it has not mattered. It has not resulted in anything getting done with work, um, including like, I was initially hired as a lead, and then I got dropped down to only bartending when I needed to work at like a specific amount of hours, um, and that was never like given as an option to me. I was never asked what I wanted to do. Um, they just kind of demoted me, and none of management told me, and I just kind of like waited for the schedule to come out. So it's like there's a lot of like systemic problems at this job, and at a certain point, like that's something that's easier for me to just kind of give up on and just be like, it is what it is, and I'm just gonna show up and do my job and not care that much. Um, But no, it's just as far as socially, because it's like I've reached. I've been at a point where I'm no longer scared of like fostering good connections. I'm no longer feeling like I'm in a place where I have like an inbuilt need to hide much of myself. Like, I'm pretty comfortable with myself. I'm pretty comfortable with like um, how different um, elements of my character, commingle with other people. Pretty comfortable with that. Pretty comfortable with explaining myself. Um, I have so little of the shame that I carried for most of my life. I have almost none of that dread, like that paranoid, deep sinking dread that I used to experience a lot, situationally and socially. Um, I haven't had problems with my paranoia that badly. And, like, also, like, I feel like my baseline has gotten steady enough for the most part that it is very noticeable to me when I have strong feelings or when I'm starting to, like, spiral in any kind of way, like today with getting bummed out. And today with getting bummed out is just like, it's been about 2 years since I felt like I had friends. And since, and I don't know how much of it was actually true and how much of it I just, is what I assumed. Because I'm kind of like looking back over like the last several years and it's like, did I really have people that I could rely on though? Or did I just like believe that I did? Because I kind of don't think that I did. And that's not a helpful thought to have in an already kind of bad thought process. But it was, about a year and a half ago that, or a little more, that I stopped. I had like a really bad shutdown, a really bad depression, really bad spiral, a little over a year and a half ago, and I tend to withdraw. I tend to isolate, and but it also became important to me to pay attention to who actually checks on me, who actually reaches out to me, who actually like cares how I'm doing, who finds me worth it to reach out to me. And I made a decision then to stop initiating and realize that like everyone who I was in contact with at the time, we only stay in contact because I always initiated. Anyway, I'm about to run out of film time. I want friends. I'm 36 and, I'm very capable of many things. And this is a weird society to be in. Very friendless, loveless society.